body submits. Your heart succumbs. So why does your mind resist?
Oh boy. Hello, everyone. We are here. Hello. It is time. Stuff happened. Stuff certainly happened today. Some very good stuff for sure. It isn't Kingdom Hearts 4, but it was pretty good. There was in fact a state of play that just like wrapped up a couple hours ago. That is loud in my ears. Good lord.
No.
That was freaking loud in my ears. Jeez Louise. Game was like, how dare you tell your chat room? How dare you, Jude? How dare you tell the chat that KH4 was not shown off at the state of play? How dare you? The answer.
What was showing off?
Oh, girl. What wasn't shown off? What wasn't? What wasn't shown on? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't there. If you had seen, if you saw like what was happening in the Discord, like we were all freaking out about all the games that got shown off here today.
Oh, is that why the Discord was blowing up earlier?
Yes. Okay. So, first off, Pragmata lives. Pragmata is a game being developed by Capcom. It has been running around for a while. It's scurrying around in the dark. And it's kind of gotten to the point where it's a little crazy because nobody really knows what it is. And Capcom just like the first thing they showed was Pragmata, and that ended up it's basically going to be like almost like a third-person shooter with a dude in an astronaut suit, almost looking like the Kojima spacesuits from like his new company, or his new dev team. And the gimmick is that he's got a little girl on his shoulder the whole time. That like has got like almost like cyborg like space sci-fi powers and whatnot, called Diana. That's like the main thing we saw was those two characters. And it was announced back in 21, wasn't it, chat? Oh my gosh, nearly 4 years ago. It's coming out next year. Okay, I mean, it's something. Dude. It looks interesting. It looks unique. We'll have to wait and see. You know, when we see more of the game, if it's going to be anything, you know, substantial, but I'm sure it's going to be good because it's Capcom. And then Neo, let's see, we also got Neo 3. Neo 3 was also announced too. That's really exciting because I really love the first Neo. I never beat it though. Neo's basically a Samurai Souls-like game. Samurai Dark Souls. Literally, like you are literally the first game you take control of William Adams from the first canonical European samurai in the 16th century, after who historically like journeyed to Japan right after the end of Nobunaga Oda, and how, like, you know, whenever he tried to conquer Japan. Cool game for sure. Never played Neo 2 though. I heard Neo 2 added a double trigger mode basically. It was, and a character creator. And that was the big thing. And Neo 3 is also going to be like in the Sengoku period too, with some more Japanese Sengoku era people. Like there's a dude with like a red suit. I forget his name. I know him from like Samurai Warriors. I saw him first. What else? Mortal Kombat collection of the classic games, like all the original Mortal Kombat's. Like I'm talking almost just about every one of them on like those arcade machines. Those are back. I genuinely did not know that there was that those games have not been ported in a very long time to any collections. So there you go. That's cool. How old? The original Mortal Kombat's. Like, we're talking when on the arcade machine when they came out in the early 90s. Back when politicians were saying stuff like, games are too violent, Mortal Kombat's too scary for children. It's like, sure, whatever. Yeah, that old. Those kinds of games. The really old ones. What else was shown off? There's a full... Ooh, so I don't know if you played this game, Corky. There's a game called Journey on PlayStation. Developed by... It's an artsy sort of like short sim, almost like minimalistic kind of game. It's so pretty. It is so gorgeous to look at how impressive the sand physics are in that game. There's no voice acting. It is a game that you could play with like Katie, and you two would love it. You literally, like, there are parts of the game where you just sand surf, and there's no dialogue, no voice acting, nothing. It is all minimalistic, like, storytelling. Just lets the cutscene. It just lets the character. It just shows some visuals, and characters moving a little bit, and lets you build your own interpretations. And there goes a bit rate. I knew it. Wait. Yeah, because it's going back up a little bit. Okay, yeah, we had a weird thing last night where like the bitrate just tanked, and then all of a sudden like I went and swapped to a different server and everything was fine. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, yeah, I think it legit actually is an ISP issue. Then I think it is legit ISP. That stands for Internet Service Provider. I definitely think I think at this point it probably is an ISP issue for sure. That's going on. Anyways,
that before it sucks.
Yeah, that was just a I think it was just a little small hiccup. That's fine. So what else was at the state of play? Oh, Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster. Tactics is back. The game that I have heard Tactics rumors for years and years and years, and Tactics is finally getting ported.
Let's go.
Yeah. I saw Empress Chronicle like freaking out on Twitter about it. It's like she was freaking out, dude. Hang on, is this what's YouTube over here doing too? Is it saying anything bad? Actually, it's still saying fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll have to monitor it first and see what happens when the bitrate like later, like probably like in like 30 minutes to an hour, and see if it like does anything bad. In which I might like restart the stream and swap to a different server and see if that also like can fix the issue. Not my preferred choice, but I'd rather do that than having to restart the whole modem entirely and get everyone in the family mad at me. Anyways, what else was shown off at the state of play? There's a new Digimon game. I haven't really watched Digimon since I was a kid. That's cool. The funny thing though is that the new Digimon game, no joke, it actually comes out on my birthday. October 3rd. Like, what in the world?
That's kind of great.
That's funny. I think Ghost of Yotai also comes out on the 2nd, I believe, chat. I think so, chat. I think Ghost of Yotai is on the 2nd of October, which, yeah, I'll definitely be playing that for sure, because I love the Ghost games. What else was shown off? I gotta pull up everything, dude. Yeah, so the new Journey... I was trying to get. I forgot to say. So the new Journey game is called Sword of the Sea, and you're basically sword surfing on like sand dunes and everything, and also like not ocean currents and whatnot and coral stuff. It's so cool looking. It is. It is absolutely impressive that like I love those kinds of games. I love like Journey. I love Abzu. Journey, chat. In case you all didn't know, is one of my favorite games of all time. Like top 3 easily for sure. What else before I get to the really big one, the one that everyone's still talking about right now? Let me see here. Actually, I'll just go back to gaming. I got a new Bloodstained game. I thought it was Castlevania at first, but it's actually a Bloodstained. The Bloodstained is made by a bunch of devs who left Konami, who worked on Castlevania and whatnot. So that's cool. I legit thought it was Castlevania for a moment there, but like it's a different thing entirely. Let me see here. So yeah, Mortal Kombat Collection. Silent Hill F was also given another trailer, and it comes out later this year in September. Basically, Silent Hill 5. It's basically Silent Hill 5. Yeah. The difference with this one is that it's in a Japanese high school. It's almost like Japanese school setting. So you can imagine, like, from what I understand, Silent Hill has mostly been like Western inspired.
Yeah, like in the mountains.
Yeah, and this one is going to be like more Japanese culture inspired for sure. So
interesting.
Yeah, I've seen it. It looks good. I'm not the biggest Silent Hill dude because I just never really got into the series. But I'm glad. I'm super happy for people who love Silent Hill. Silent Hill's back, dude. Konami's making a bit of a comeback for sure. They're really coming together, I feel. Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta Snake Eater with Delta whatever trailer is cool. But the biggest one is at the very end. Capcom. No, not Cap. So ArcSys are people who have been making fighting games for a long time, but they're people who did Dragon Ball FighterZ. They've done Guilty Gear Strive. They also did Grand Blue Versus, and they also are working. They've just announced at the end of the State of Play, they're working on a Marvel fighting game, not Marvel versus Capcom. Marvel, straight separate. It's called, I think it's called Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, which is what the Tokon stands for. Very anime Japanese inspired for sure. It is a tag team fighting game, which means that there's more teammates there. And this one though, here's a catch. It's 4v4. So you can have 4 people on your team now with this thing. Because usually tag team games are either 2v2 or mostly 3v3, because Marvel vs. Capcom popularized that. This is not Marvel vs. Capcom 4. This is a new Marvel fighting game entirely done by Arc System Works. This is literally one of the dream kind of games that Arc just does a Marvel fighting game. It is an MVC, but that's okay because the game looks freaking awesome. Cool. They turned Iron Man into a Gundam. Ooh. And it is amazing. Like, he even has like the V part on the forehead of the helmet. It looks incredible. The roster so far includes Captain America, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, Doctor Doom, Storm, and Ghost Rider. And I think that's everyone, I think, so far. So 8 characters so far in total, which makes sense because it's 4. It's a 4v4 fighting game. Yeah, it's coming out next year, and we're probably gonna get more characters very, very soon. My biggest hope is Nightcrawler. I love Nightcrawler.
Oh, I would love that.
I would absolutely love to see Nightcrawler in these kinds of games. This is the dream game. Like, this game has been kind of. A game like this has been like requested for a very long time, and we've all kind of known that ArcSys was going to work on something after Guilty Gear Strive, because Strive came out like 4 years ago, and has been getting a lot of DLC, and I was kind of thinking that like Strive is almost finished with its development, because Strive already is in its 4th season, and according to the leaks, is probably going to get one more season for sure after this one. But yeah. A lot of stuff happened. Big fighting game, big game news today, chat. Lots of big game news. Unfortunately, the night and the dream were long, and Bloodborne 60 FPS is still not real, unfortunately. And Kingdom Hearts 4 is still also nowhere to be found. Do I think we're going to get Bloodborne at the Summer Games Fest? No. Hard no. If it was anywhere, it would have been here, because that is a Sony-owned product. FromSoft does not own it. Sony owns the IP rights to that, and they have done absolutely nothing with Bloodborne in almost 10 years. Like, Bloodborne turned 10 years old.
That long?
Yes, Corky. It's been that long. Bloodborne came out in 2015, and Bloodborne turned 10 years old this year, back in March. What did Sony do to celebrate? Yeah. See, let me just pull up my nothing burger here.
Nothing burger.
Literally nothing. They were silent on that day. Like, dude, They acknowledged like Witcher 3 10-year anniversary before Bloodborne. Like they actively went out of their way to acknowledge that, but not Bloodborne. And I'm like, okay, somebody at Sony still hates this game for some reason. Like it is insane how much Sony aggressively ignores Bloodborne.
Dang.
It is crazy. What's up, Jula? How's it going? Jula, did you hear about the new Marvel fighting game announcement by Arxis? It looks great. We were just talking about it. The bitrate's kind of acting up a little bit, chat. I'm seeing it like kind of dipping it here and there. I might have to like swap to a different server later on. We'll see what happens. Sora, stop hitting the camera. Saw the trailer? Yeah, it's incredible. I'm so hyped. Corky, you got to see Miss Marvel and how she looks. She's so adorable. Doing good. Finished eating food. I like food. So yeah, if you were to ask me like, what do I think about the state of play? I'd say this is the best state of play in a long time. I give it a solid A easily. That Marvel trailer at the end was a solid A. That was a big surprise. Made burgers. There's no cheeseburger on those, chat. Oh, I gotta have some cheese on those burgers. Cause like, you're crazy if you just eat hamburgers and plain and that's it. And it's like, dude, where are the toppings? Where's the pickles and the mayonnaise and the ketchup and, you know, pickles and lettuce? Can't just have a burger plain. It's boring. Anyways. Listen, I'm crazy enough to put pineapple on pizza, but pineapples on my burgers? No, thank you. There's cheese. Oh, thank goodness we're safe. All right, cool. Everything's fine. So yeah, I think, yeah, so far chat, Summer Games Fest is happening on Friday at 5 p.m. and I will not be reacting to that either. I'll be hanging out with some friends in VC to watch that. I'm pretty hyped for Summer Games Fest now, dude. I was like not expecting much from the state of play, but I was genuinely shocked by how good it was. And then also we have the Xbox event. I'm gonna be reacting to that with everyone in Kaito server off stream Sunday afternoon. And that's right, chat. I forgot. You know what happens in like 4 hours, dude? You know what happens in 4 hours, Corky?
What?
Switch 2.
Oh yeah, it's that. It's
Switch
today.
2 dropped. Yeah, Switch 2 drops tonight. Here's the best part, chat. I didn't buy one. I'm poor. I will buy one when I get my new job.
I did not buy one either. I'm gonna wait for a few, generations to come out.
This is where I put my Switch 2 if I had one. Yeah, I gotta wait until I can afford one with my new job for sure. But yeah, I got some more stuff for it. What's up, chat? I got some more stuff with the new job sorted out. A couple more things. Waiting on some more emails and whatnot, and hopefully, hopefully we'll figure out. I'll figure out when I'm gonna be starting soon. And then I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be going out with my folks this weekend to celebrate because I got a new job. Do you get? Yeah, I got a new job, chat. I got a new, maybe full-time / part-time question mark. The cool thing about this job, chat, is that they consider 30 hours full-time. So we'll see. I get an hour break for lunch. It's 8 to 4. So thank you. Yeah. Well, I'm really excited, dude. It's 15 an hour. It pays super well. I'll be able to support myself financially better, which means that I'll be able to pay for more thumbnails and more art for the channel too. And, what else? And it won't affect streaming hours, chat. We'll still be able to stream at our regular hours. I might try to do some streams where I do editing live. In fact, we might do some of that here too, honestly, because I did not get time to edit the next What Is. So I might pull that up today later on if I just feel like I'm getting a little tired of the game and just do some editing. We'll see. But yeah, so I think also we also are going to be looking into doing Fall Cybertron Night Crew near the end of June. We'll see. Probably end of June, most likely. And when you'll see FOC Night Crew. So anyways, let's go ahead and start recording this chat. Why don't we? Alrighty. So last time we were here, we tried... Thanks, Sora. Last time, chat, we tried to fight Ansem, and I got bodied by this dude. This fight freaking kicked my butt, dude. I was so tired at that point where I was just like, I gotta stop for the night. I need a break. Bitrate. As soon as I hit the record button, bitrate, what are you doing? Bitrate. I see that. What are you doing, bitrate? Chill, calm yourself down. Corky, get my crowbar. I'm gonna start beating my bitrate. I'll beat it senseless. Grab the crowbar, just threaten it, and it'll behave itself. Yeah, you know the thing whenever you just like threaten to beat your car if it doesn't cooperate and it just cooperates.
Yes.
Yeah, same thing. Okay, so currently, let's see. Still check on current organization. We have Ansem, Secret of Darkness, Zemnis, and Syax, and then we have the last two later. So we're getting there, dude. We're getting there. All right, Ansem, what do you got for me? Let's try this again. I forgot to check if I have potions, which I should though. I'm gonna try and use the tactic. Wait. I already forgot. It's been too great. That's a great start. I'm gonna try and use the tactic of using arrow summon too for sure. Okay. Yeah, I remember Ansem has relatively like easy tells. Wait. Ow. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I just like jump over that and dodge, I'll be okay. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Sora. Beep, 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 beep. Ow. I'm gonna heal now. That feels so weird that I can block these. That feels so weird. Yes?
No, I was just saying healing power.
Gosh dang it. Okay. Okay, no, okay. I'm fine. Okay. Frickin' tornado, frickin' whatever they're called. I missed 10 that seriously? Get over here. Bro, if I'm just caught in those, what in the world? Get over here. Get over here. Okay. The frickin' tracker backers. I don't know. Enough. I'm gonna die. Just kidding, I lied. I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna heal now. It feels weird I can block those, like those, because I know those from KH. Okay, DM. Okay, so fire times 4, so fire times 4, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gosh dang it. I swear I dodged it though, what in the world? Oh boy, rain, rain, rain. I got sucked in. Am I dead? I live. I live though. I pressed the wrong button, gosh dang it. What is happening? Okay. Got you now, boy. Got you now. Enough. Oh, the suck. I'm gonna die. Dang it. Ah, freaking potion. Ah, dang it. Okay. And here we go again. Here we go again.
All begins and ends in darkness.
I can never get the timing down. I cannot get the timing, bro. Oh my god.
The timing on this one's hard.
Yeah, the timing on that, like, it's those like floating orb lasers that are the worst ones to figure the timing for. Jeez Louise. My brain wish I could counter that so hard. Ow! That's right, I gotta dodge that. Okay, I gotta jump and then dodge. What is this bit rate, dude? What is going on, dude? Oh, good lord. Bit rate, you wanna chill out, man? Do I seriously have to like restart everything and just go to a different server and see if that works? Because now we're like getting consistently bad. You know what's weird? YouTube still says I'm in excellent condition. What in the world? It still says excellent. That's weird.
Do you know how many frames per second you're trying to stream at? And there's one other setting that might be affecting it.
Yes, it's at like 60. It's super pixelated. Jeez Louise.
I would knock that down to 30, and then there's a setting in OBS where it might be set at 6,000. I would knock that down too. Hold on, let me check.
I might end up Yeah, I'm gonna swap to a different server. Could be Twitch being stinky. Yeah, they've been doing this to me a lot though. I'm gonna stop the recording here.